Hey, y'all need a break. Listen to these stories from r/EntitledPeople. I know she tried to stab you, but anyone can Google your address, so you should drop the charges. 2 nights ago, I was brutally attacked in my own house by a friend I had been letting stay with me. She bit a huge chunk out of my leg and tried to stab me with a pair of scissors. She broke my screen door. I had to run to a neighbor's house at 3 a.m. to call the cops. When they came to arrest her, she was naked in my living room making videos, and told the cops she hopes I burn to death. Initially, I planned to approach the prosecutor on Monday morning and ask that criminal charges be dropped in lieu of court-ordered mental health treatment. This woman is very mentally ill and has violently lashed out at others in the past. I speak from experience when I say incarceration helps no one. I had been speaking with a friend of hers regarding this, who was very heavily leaning on me to do just that. His reasoning was that she did not need a felony on her record because it would ruin her life. However, a friend sent me a screenshot of a post she had made while I was running to my neighbor's, claiming I was attacking her. She listed a link to Google Maps of my address. I am a single mother. My children live here. They were not home at the time of the attack. I wouldn't have ran for help and left them here. I would have killed her. I informed her friend that I would not only continue with criminal charges stemming from the attack, but I would be taking the screenshot of that post to the police and requesting additional charges be levied against her, if possible. He then Googled my address, took a screenshot and said, "Anyone can Google your address. She doesn't deserve to have a felony for the rest of her life. I feel like anyone that physically assaults you, tries to stab you, then lists the address where your children sleep does, indeed, deserve a felony. Who the F does this guy think he is? He damn sure doesn't know who I am if he thought that would fly. F him and F her. I hope she gets the max." The Karen who wanted me to travel through time. Throwaway account to obscure details on where I work, as I work for an airport, security issues etc., but this story was just too insane for me not to post. I work for an international airport, won't say which one but will say a busy one, where I've heard it all. It's a high-stress environment for both staff and passengers, so you always get someone flying off the handle at one point, which can sometimes be for a reasonable and sympathetic reason too. Sometimes for very stupid reasons that are either entirely their fault or just silly altogether. This means handling Karens and entitled people in general is something I've become pretty good at, but this one request bemused me completely. It's the middle of the afternoon and we're experiencing a lull in activity before another big rush of flights. I'm approached by a passenger and her silent husband who doesn't say a word in this entire exchange. "Karen, excuse me, I'm late." At first I think she's going into the line, but she's talking straight to me. I'm ready to see if I can bump her into the priority part of the security line, the usual standard treatment to passengers who are late. Sometimes things happen. Traffic, a lost bag, lost in the airport etc. I don't even get a word in before she sticks her finger up to stop me. You know that one? Where they whip the finger up to hush you, and you instantly see red. That one. "Karen, I want to see if I can change the time." Me, "Of your flight." "Karen, no, a different time." Me, "If you want to go on a later flight I can." Again. The finger of silence. "Karen, I want to change the time so I can make it for this flight." This already ranking amongst the most entitled individuals I've had the displeasure of talking to, but customer service face on, I get it out. Me, "I'm sorry, the best I can do is check for any delays to see if it gives you extra time to get to the gate, but I can't change the flight time." "Karen, you're an airport though, you can just change the time." Me, "The flights go at a certain time so they can all get off the runway in a certain order, any changes could mean delays." I'm not sure if that's even accurate, but a white lie to explain why I can't change her flight time seemed like a way to get her off my back. But, "Karen, then delay all the others then, change the time." Me, "I don't have any power to control flight times, especially for single passengers." Karen, No, don't delay mine. Just change the time and we can get on with our day." My mind went cross-eyed for a second. Delay first, then don't delay. I was trying to make sense of it all. Me, "I cannot change the flight time, I'm sorry." The finger. Again. "Karen, you are not hearing me. Change the time." This time she just spread her arms out patronizingly as if I was struggling putting 2 and 2 together. Me, "I cannot change the time of any flights. If I could I would, but I can't." Karen, "No. Just change the time." At this point I've lost the plot completely. I simply just asked for her boarding card, hoping she wasn't late enough to catch the flight. She was. By 2 hours and 14 minutes. Forget the gate, the plane was halfway to its destination by now. Me, "I'm sorry, but you've missed your flight." Karen, "I know that, that's what I'm trying to say, if you change the time, we can get a new one for the same time and then we'll be on time." Once more explaining this like I'm struggling to put the round block in the circle-shaped hole. Me, I can't make a new flight happen. If you go to your airline desk, they can book you on a later flight either tonight or tomorrow, but I can't just the finger. This time with venom. Karen, all we want is for you to change the time. I don't see why you can't do this simple thing. It'll mean other people who are late can get on brand new flights too. This should be a good thing for you. I saw the husband. He had distanced himself a few yards away, fiddling with the hand sanitizers as if trying to ignore what was going on. And it was at this point it clicked in my head. You want me to change the time? Like go back an hour? Karen, finally, he gets it. She looked to the husband who wasn't wanting any of this. Yes, change the time, it shouldn't be hard to do. To that one. She pointed at the destination on the boarding card I was still holding. I could physically feel my brain leave my body in a pink sludge. I had no response for an awkwardly long time. I'm Dr. Strange apparently. I can't do that. I can't change the time zones. Karen, why not? On the itinerary it shows me the time zone difference, so why not follow it for a change? You're an international airport. That means you fly everywhere, you can't just adopt a time zone. What if people have jet lag from other countries? No. All flights go in our time zone, no exceptions. Karen, just turn the clocks back, it's that easy. Look, she then fiddled very awkwardly with her phone for a good half-minute, before showing me the time zone of a place she wasn't even going to see. At this point the husband makes the rescue, coming up to her and gesturing her to go, again without words. She called me effing useless, and stormed off, and I stood there as if I had just undergone an out-of-body experience. I was certain there was no language barrier because the passport was given to me with the boarding card in it, and we were from the same country. I wanted to say she was drunk, but she spoke very plainly and without slurring her words. Even right now I can't believe it really happened. I've been working here for a decade at least, so this ranks amongst the weirdest I've encountered. A woman who wanted me to literally change time itself so she could make a flight she missed by 2 hours. You never had your car. This past Sunday I decided to take a track day at a regionally known drag strip during a no-prep event. If you're not from the car scene, just Google what is no-prep drag racing for a full understanding. My partner and I took 2 pickup trucks with 2 car trailers, with 3 cars in them along with tools, spare wheels with tires on them, etc. I brought my 1996 Honda Civic hatchback, which without going full car nerd, has an engine swap and a lot of work done. It's quite fast for a Honda but really just a toy. I also brought my Nissan Laurel, which is imported from Japan and was never sold in the United States. The car is primarily a drift car, but with 30 minutes of work it can be changed over to a drag setup. My buddy brought his 1996 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX. We were running all day making small wagers with those at the track, and together we were up just over 20,000 on the day from wagers. Around 8 p.m., with the track closing at 9 p.m., I had the douchiest of Chads approach me and engage in the typical smack talk about how my cars are slow, and how incredible his car is, yada yada yada. After being goaded numerous times, declining a 10,000 race and really just trying to pack up for the day, this dickhead decided to insult my wife in a rather derogatory and misogynistic way. The comments were both disgusting and about how a woman doesn't belong on a racetrack. I thought for a second before responding, then I said to our entitled prick, since women don't belong on the racetrack, why don't you race her in the Laurel? EP, 10,000 bro, that's easy money, let's go. No, if you're racing her it's going to be for titles. Known in Hollywood as pink slips or just pinks. EP, hell yeah, I'll take your car, starts laughing and further insulting wife to his cronies. We shook hands, pulled out paperwork and found a track official to hold both sets of paperwork before getting ready for the run. 1 single quarter-mile race for both cars. The tree turned green and they blew off the line. EP pulled slightly ahead out of the gate and you could just feel the misogynistic comments he was saying to himself as he flew down the track. About halfway down the track, wife caught up to him and surpassed him, finishing the race with enough room to parallel park an F-250 between them. Wife pulls back into our stall smiling and laughing, excited over her win as it was only her 3rd pass on the track for the day. I went to the staff member to collect paperwork without problem, and then went over to EP's stall to collect our car. As we turned the corner into the stall, EP yelled, F no. I'm not giving my car to a woman. She got lucky, 2 out of 3. F this. Etc. All of EP's friends were laughing at him and making the her, you got beat by a girl, jokes that were popular in middle school. I noticed the keys were still in the car, so I quickly reached into the car and snatched them. After grabbing the keys, I was sucker punched by EP and I did defend myself. I didn't engage in a full-on brawl, merely defended myself after giving it one good swing. Track officials separated us, and EP started screaming to staff that I was trying to steal his car and saying he was going to call the police. You see, in my state, all bets are legal at the track, as it's no different than betting on a horse. Taxes are paid on the bet. In the event of a slip race, taxes are paid on the vehicle through the DMV. EP's threat of police held no power. EP continued to scream for another 15 minutes, not letting anyone else get a word in. Finally, the owner of the track came by and ordered EP off the property, or he would call the police for a trespass order. Owner also informed EP he was banned from the track for the rest of the year. We returned to our stall with the keys in hand and waited for EP to leave. Having no choice, EP left without the car. This morning I was served with a $100,000 lawsuit from EP. Turns out EP had taken a $100,000 loan to build this race car and still owes almost all of it. According to his suit, the loan was taken in July of last year. EP not only lost the race fair and square, which he knowingly bet his car on, but decided to litigate against me, not wife. I can only assume this is due to EP's blind rage and misogyny. Before anyone asks, EP lost a 1969 Pontiac GTO with a specialty engine in it from Texas Speed and a whole lot of other engine upgrades. The engine alone retails for $45,000. Checking the prices of a stock 69 GTO, they seem to be between $60,000 to $70,000. So I'd assume this car is worth $75,000 to $80,000. I'll be posting photos of the wife and I's cars in a comment, as it wouldn't allow me to embed links in the post. This D-bag is going to be a gigantic headache, I can already tell. Any advice would be appreciated. Entitled woman decides a private farm is a petting zoo. Well, Reddit, yet another encounter with the entitled side of humanity for me. Luckily this one isn't one of my relatives. As I posted before, I bought a new house. Now, we originally just bought the house, but after talking with the previous owner, he offered to sell us his small farm and the animals there. He's older and can't really care for them. We're still in the process of getting all papers in order, but my partner has already started taking care of the farm. Our daughter, Lily, is absolutely in heaven. There's 2 new dogs that she just adores, and her favorite animal is a big draft horse that is the most gentle thing we've ever seen. I'm going to keep working from home, and my partner will be retiring way early to be a stay-at-home dad and take care of the farm. Now that's for background. The real start is coming. Not even an hour ago, we had a lovely specimen of the entitled genus basically jump the farm's fence with 7 kids in Scouts uniform. Not sure what troop. My fiancé noticed them and asked what they were doing, and that the farm is private property. The woman's response was just priceless. We saw the little ducks and chicken, and we want to pet them. It's clearly a petting zoo since they are here. She pointed at Lily and I while we were brushing the horse. We tried to explain we were the owners, even though technically we're just caretakers for now, and that she was trespassing. Cue the biggest adult tantrum I heard. She demanded we let her in for free and give the kids free rides on the pony. Yeah, not gonna happen. Draft horses are giants, and while they are gentle and could technically be ridden, a fall could cause serious injury. Especially on 10-ish years old kids. My partner was amazing at dealing with her and simply said she had to leave or we would call the police. She kept shrieking that she would get him fired and that she was going to post a terrible review. A few curse words even added for dramatic effect. We were seriously about to call the police when we actually got very lucky. The old owner was bringing us some vet papers we needed to sign for the animals and saw the whole drama. He tore into her and made her leave in minutes. Then we went on with our business. My daughter, however, had the best input to the whole thing. Mommy, I think that lady is strong in the dumb side. I blame her dad for that pun. Also, if anyone is curious, no, there's no petting zoos in the area we live in. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments.